The pandemic has made us even more dependent on technology than we were before, but is cybersecurity where it needs to be with how much technology that we're using these days? We're all on Zoom and mobile devices and so forth. So with me is Gaidar, the Chief Cyber Officer of cybersecurity firm Acronis, to kind of tell us what the current situation is. So welcome.
Hi, it's great to be here. So the current situation from a security perspective is pretty bad because now everybody who used to work in the office in a secure corporate network is now working from home. And I would say it's like kids were playing in the backyard and now they're playing in the forest. It may look peaceful, but there are like lots of wild animals out there. So what's happening is that we all at home and home networks are not as protected. We have lots of devices on those networks. We have smart TVs, IoT devices for smart homes, lots of things that can be used by attackers to get to our data, our system, and corporate networks. So the world is less secure and that requires additional protection.
And Gaidar, you were telling me that what you provide in terms of cyber protection versus cybersecurity is a more comprehensive protection of people and all of their technology. So kind of explain what you're doing.
Yes, so cyber protection is the integration between data protection and cybersecurity. So we see that it's not enough anymore to have just a data backup or have just an antivirus, anti-malware solution. If you have separate tools, they're not really protecting you completely. So cyber protection gives you complete protection. It protects your data, it protects your system against security threats, it protects authenticity of your data, and protects your privacy. So this is what cyber protection, and putting it in simple words is the world of cyber protection is like a car shop. You bring your car, they do everything in one place. With traditional tools, you have to have an antivirus, anti-malware, patch management, vulnerability assessment, different tools on the system to achieve the same level of protection. So continuing the car analogy would be the same if you would have to go to one place to change your tires, another place to change your oil. So that will take a lot of time and probably you would miss something.
Okay, well, makes a lot of sense for sure, especially as we live more of our lives online and mobile devices. The importance of cyber protection during the pandemic. I mean, we talked about how much more we're using this now. Is there anything else about this current situation that we're in that makes us more vulnerable and we need to be more aware?
Yeah, absolutely. So cyber criminals are using every challenge as an opportunity. And what they do now is they use this COVID-19 related news to do phishing attacks. They use people sitting at home to attack their infrastructure. Because we're not in the office, it's sometimes very hard to verify that you got the information from the actual person or somebody's just faking that email account and requesting some information from you. So there are multiple new vectors of attacks, and people have to be aware that they have to be more aware of the security and that they have to protect themselves. So they have to be specifically diligent looking at the emails, going to the websites, or providing their personal information. They have to think about it more. And they need the tools that will protect them. So in lots of businesses, they were just not ready when they were moving to this remote work situation. So they were thinking about, we'll provide a device to an employee will be working from home. And that's not enough. The device should also be protected because there are many other people in the same home network. There are many other devices. There are kids playing from the old computer, not even installing any patches, not using any security measures. So the protection became very important. And just to kind of finish on that, it's like when we think about it, the world is not possible without IT anymore. We all work remotely, and IT is the only thing that enables us to do it.
Oh yeah, I can't imagine if we didn't have this. I mean, we would all be going crazy. So, I mean, it's a way that's keeping us engaged. So now you just launched the Acronis Cyber Protect. So tell me about that product and how is it different from other similar products on the market?
So Acronis Cyber Protect, this is the first solution on the market that has complete integration between different tools. So it's backup, it's antivirus, anti-malware, patch management, vulnerability assessment, remote management, and a bunch of other IT tools. So the difference is that this is exactly integrated cyber protection we were talking about. It's like one-stop shop for everything. And just because it's integrated, it's more reliable than having multiple tools running on your system. That taking time to support, taking time to maintain, taking time to pay for different licenses. So if you have lots of different tools, you just have a lot of problem to support all of them. And we replace it all with one tool.
Okay. And then also, it seems like our healthcare, we know telehealth has made a huge leap forward during all this, but there's also talk of contact tracing, perhaps even blockchain being used for healthcare, kind of transparency and keeping a record. So how should we, in terms of our healthcare, make sure that we are protected?
So first of all, we should make sure that we control over who has access to our data. Because now all this healthcare data going around, and you are requested to provide some information through some online forms. So what I would recommend to do every person is every time you need to provide some information, check where it actually goes, and also check if they actually need that information. Because now the cyber attackers, they use a situation. They will approach you and they will ask you for your social security number, credit card information, some personal information, and they will position it as it is needed because of the COVID-19 response. You'll get an email from a credible organization, but in reality, it will be a cyber attacker using this opportunity to extract data from you. So it's important to train yourself, train your family, train your coworkers on being security aware.
Well, and yeah, and kind of be suspicious of everything. I mean, I've gotten a ton of emails about, different, and they're linked to news events. People were hungry for information. And so they really try to kind of trap you in there. So you have to be, have the radar up and be very aware of everything that's going on. So thank you very much, Gaidar, for sharing this with us, and best of luck as we emerge from this. And because I'm sure that your services are going to be needed for the foreseeable future for quite some time. So thank you. And thank you as well for joining us. We'll be right back.
Thank you. Stay safe.